Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Damodar Radhe Jaya Radha Damodar Radhe Jai Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jai Subhadra Jai Sudarshan Jai Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jai Subhadra Jaya Sudarshan Jaya Gauranitai Jai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jai Gauranitai Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Prabhupada Harinam Sankirtan Yogi ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Agyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakya Prakshirumritam Yeva Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauranga Prachari Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Devi Shikara Hare Krishna All welcome back. Hare Krishna. So this is very, very important chapter we are discussing, chapter 10, the opulence of the Absolute. So in this chapter, we discuss about the position of Krishna and also his different opulences. And also very important verses, that is 4 essential verses of Bhagavad Gita, that is known as Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita, and which is the essence of all teachings. So all the Vedic knowledge that is to help us to understand. We will start from 19 onwards. Yes, chapter 10. So this whole Bhagavad Gita, the purpose of any scripture or is to develop love for Krishna, to develop love for God. Even if we see this Bhagavad Gita, the whole section is talking about this one object, this one goal, that is love. So Bhagavad Gita, first 6 chapter, that is about how to live life. We are learning how to live a better way of life, how to live a Krishna conscious life. And the middle section of Bhagavad Gita, which is known as Bhakti Yoga, the section we are reading now, this section is teaching us how to love. No? Bhakti Yoga means this is love yoga. Learn how to love Krishna, how to love everyone. That is we are learning. And the last section of Bhagavad Gita, that is known as Jnana Yoga. So that teaches how to let go. What to let go? Whatever is not favorable in our goal of life. We are learning how to love, and whichever is not favorable, whatever is not favorable in this goal of life, how to let go it, how to be away from that. That is what we learn in the last section of Bhagavad Gita, that is called Jnana Yoga. So the ultimate purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to develop love. Love for Krishna and love for all. And last session we were discussing about, because this love or relationship is the foundation, is the basis of a happy life. If you do not have love and relationship, or a loving relationship with others, loving relationship with God, then we can never be happy in any situation. So that is what the subject matter we are discussing. And to develop love either to God or to anybody else, first of all, we must know about that person, the object of love. If we have clear understanding, complete understanding, not complete I can say, but at least clear understanding, about the person, or the knowledge about the person and our relationship with the person, then we can follow the process, we can practice, or we can do those activities which can help us to serve the person, or to love, or to express our love. So that is what we are learning, especially in this chapter. We see that Krishna is speaking about his opulences, about his position, about his glories. Why? Because hearing about Krishna will develop our attraction towards Krishna. And if we keep on hearing attentively, sincerely, in association with devotees, so this attraction will convert into attachment to Krishna. And attachment to Krishna means love. Attachment to material things means, what is that? Lust. So this is the difference between love and lust. The same propensity, our attachment to Krishna, it is pure love. But if the same propensity, if it is redirected or misdirected towards material objects, material things, that becomes lust. So love is the source of happiness, and lust is the source of suffering, right? And that's why the whole scripture is talking about that we should develop our love for Krishna first, because that is our natural relationship with Krishna, and that relationship we can develop when we hear about Krishna. So we were discussing also that how the same principle we can practice in our personal life also. Our personal relationship is the other relationship. Apart from Krishna, the other relationship also, the same principle is applicable. No? To know somebody. Knowing somebody means accepting the person. If we know somebody, knowing somebody, it does not just knowing theoretically, like we know the relation, but not accepting that. So that is not complete. So what we could see after Arjuna heard about Krishna's glories or Krishna's opulences, Krishna's position, what he said, now I know you are Supreme Personality of Godhead. Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavam. So he accepted. He got to know about Krishna and he accepted Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead and finally surrendered. This is the symptom of knowledge. Once we know about Krishna, knowing Krishna means we have dedicated our life to Krishna. We have surrendered. Yes? And what is the significance or what is the symptom of surrender? Means we follow the person. We follow his instruction. We serve the person. Otherwise there is no question of acceptance. If we have accepted something, if we love something, then we follow the person. We serve the person. We fulfill his desire. If we are not fulfilling his desire, then there is no question of relationship. So accepting Krishna means serving Krishna, and this is what Arjuna. Now, to develop, first point we can say in relationship, that is knowing about the person, and then based on that, accepting the person. Accepting the person. So this is the first key for a good relationship, right? Because if we see our relationship, we do not accept the person. Why? Because we have our own expectations. Expectations means I want the person behave in such, the way I want. This is not acceptance. I want everything should go according to my will. But acceptance means now it is not my will, not my way. Now understanding, accepting the person means understanding his need, interest and concern and helping the person. So in relationship, this is the first key to have a better relationship is acceptance. Because we all are individuals. We all have different background. We all have different nature. We all are individual. So first of all, to have a better relationship, we should accept the person as it is. Whatever the background is there, whatever nature is there, we should accept it. And most of the relationship you see, the problem is because of this one reason. Because everybody wants other person to behave like them. And that is never going to happen. This is the reality of life. So first is acceptance. And the second key, like now we have accepted, like Arjuna, he said, I know you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But it's still, he wants to hear more about Krishna. He wants to know more about his opulences. Why he is asking? He is fully convinced that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no question about it. There is no doubt. But still he is asking. What is the reason behind this? What is the reason?
For us to know that who is Krishna.
Yeah, one point is this. Because Krishna, Arjuna is the devotee of the Lord. He knows everything about Krishna. He accepted Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. But it is for the common people, for us. It is for the benefit of others. He wants that Krishna should speak more about him, so that people should know about Krishna. Especially he's talking about his opulences. Why? Because we don't have that spiritual vision to understand the spiritual form of Krishna, and that's why he's saying, how can I see you? How can I see you in this material world? And that's why Krishna is giving a list of different opulences, different qualities in this material world. So initial few shlokas we could see so many qualities he is talking about. Huh? Honesty, purity, all these are different qualities which help us to come closer to Krishna. And Krishna is saying, I am all these qualities. Third, fourth sloka, I believe. Almost 20 plus qualities he just said, I am all these qualities. So finally, everything in this material world, you talk about any of the opulences, any of the qualities, everything is coming from Krishna. So seeing all these qualities, all these opulences, we can remember Krishna. Because we can see all these opulences, right? And that is what Krishna will explain about. Now the point is why we want to hear more about. What is the purpose of hearing about these different opulences? One, of course, knowing about Krishna, so that we can surrender or we can develop attraction for Krishna. We can dedicate ourselves for Krishna. That is one objective. Acceptance. What is next? Apart from acceptance, what is required in relationship or a better relationship?
Forgiveness.
Huh? Forgiveness is one quality, of course. Acceptance means forgiveness is there.
Devotion.
Then we forgive. Huh?
Devotion.
Devotion is relation, love. Devotion is love. To have that love or relation, good loving relationship, one factor is trust. No? We need to develop trust. Now I have accepted the relation. For example, we are in relation, husband-wife relation. Now wife is there with us. No? Either by will or by providence plan, now we are together. So to make that relation strong, we need to develop trust. Trust is the key factor of relation. If we do not have trust, then there is no question of relation. So how to develop trust? To develop trust, we need to sacrifice. To develop trust in relation, lots of sacrifices required. Like we were discussing about, giving time to other, or hearing from other, about other. This is what we are doing to develop love for Krishna. We are hearing about Krishna. We are sacrificing for Krishna. We are giving our time, that is sacrifice. We are hearing about Krishna. So this is our dedication. Similarly, in our relationship, we also need to give time to each other. We need to do some sacrifice. What is the meaning of sacrifice? Understanding others' need, interest, concern, and helping others to advance. Helping others. Because if we just think about self, in material world, why it is called lust? Because most of the relationship, if you see, why people come together? Just to fulfill the vacuum of each other. Means we all have some needs and we come together to fulfill our needs. With some expectation. Most of the relationship, we come together with some expectation to fulfill our needs. And if that needs are not fulfilled, then we see there is a break, there is a conflict, there is some, like a toxic relationship. So there is when we come with such kind of expectations, then there is always a chance of such kind of conflicts in relationship. Because every individual is trying, they are looking for their own expectation to be fulfilled, that is. And of course, that need is there. So to develop trust, first of all, means of course we need to understand other person. We need to understand the needs of other person, and we need to do some sacrifice for that person. Then that will help us to develop trust. And this is only possible when we are not having much expectation from others, but we are only together to help the person to advance. And that will be possible when we are fulfilled. How we can be fulfilled? How we can be satisfied and fulfilled? When we talk about relationship, Even the first section of Bhagavad Gita, if you see, Krishna is speaking about what? What is the first section of Bhagavad Gita Krishna is speaking about? He is not speaking about himself. He is speaking about soul. I mean, in our case, first of all, when it comes to relationship, then first of all we need to establish a connection with self. We have our relationship with ourself. So we need to understand, or we need to have a good relationship self first, and then we can establish a good relationship with Supreme Self or Supreme God, Krishna. And when we have that relation, in that relation, then all other relationship we can do, or we can have good relation with everyone. Why? Because when we know ourselves, when we are very much connected with ourselves, and we are connected with the Supreme Self, God, then we are satisfied. And a satisfied person, one who is fully satisfied, he will not have unnecessarily or wrong expectations from others. He will always be concerned about the welfare of others. He will always be ready to help others to advance in Krishna consciousness. So trust means when you are ready to sacrifice for others. When you are just looking for your selfish desires, that will not develop good relation, because the person or anybody can experience that. If you're just coming, or you're there to fulfill your desires only, so that is just give and take policy. That does not develop a loving relationship. And most of the relation we see like this only. Expectations are there, and if expectations are not meeting, then there is a break. And that's why, first of all, we need to understand self, understand our true nature, and understand the purpose of relationship. Like we discussed in Bhagavad Gita in this chapter, that what is the purpose of relationship? Developing love for Krishna. So the trust is the second factor, and that is what we are developing by hearing about Krishna. What else is there apart from trust? Acceptance and trust and sacrifice, that is investment of time, and investment means sacrifice for others. That will help us to develop a good relationship. What else?
Hearing about Krishna.
Yeah, hearing we are doing. Hearing will develop faith. Faith will help us to, faith means trust, right? If we have faith, then of course we will have a strong relation, we will serve. And one point you said, like forgiveness. Maybe in spite of our sacrifice, in spite of our trust, great trust, and also doing everything for the person, but still we may not see, or the person may not behave the way we want. The person may do something wrong. He may go the way, in a different way. Or so in that situation, what should we do?
Acceptance, both pros and cons. If you accept both,
Yes.
then you are totally accepting the person.
Yes,
Whatever
accepting.
the
Good point. Is acceptance means accepting
negative and positive.
negative
both.
and positive both. Like when we accept rose, then we have to accept the thorns as well. So this is the true meaning of acceptance. Yes. So like Krishna is accepting all of us. Krishna loves. And in spite of all mistakes, in spite of so many bad qualities, Krishna is always ready to accept us.
And
So
forgive us. In the last session you had mentioned, Prabhuji, that's what I remember. Forgiveness. Krishna is forgiving you.
Yes.
We keep erring all the time.
Yes.
But Krishna forgives us and gives us so many chances. Same
Yes.
way we should forgive others.
Yeah, this forgiveness is another divine quality for relationship. Yes, like knowing the person that every individual is different and every individual have different desires. So first of all, we should not have wrong expectation that the person should behave the way we want. So we have to accept the person as it is, and whatever mistakes are there, we have to forgive. Because without forgiveness, the quality of forgiveness, we cannot accept the person. And that's so we need to develop this. We should have this quality of forgiveness. How long? How many times we should forgive? If somebody is really bad, we are doing our best, but still the person is not improving, then what should we do? We should still forgive. We should still accept the person. Do we have any experience wherein the person is really bad? We tried our best, but the person is not improving. Then what do we do in that case? What should we do?
Just leave.
Huh?
Just leave. Don't stay away. Stay away.
Stay away. Yes. That's what I said. This last section of Bhagavad Gita, the Jnana Yoga, it is teaching us to let go. There are situations you do your best, but still things will not improve. So because things are not in our control, then the last policy is let go. But how to let go? Still.
Prabhuji, I think when you keep on forgiving the person will come to know how much they are giving me. I mean, they are forgetting me, my mistakes and that. It's up to me to change it now.
Yes.
Now I make my mind.
Yeah, this point is very, very important what Mataji is saying. Means how long, that's what I asked, how many times we should forgive others? Like we discussed, Lord Jesus, somebody asked how many times? No, ideally he said 7 times, one should forget 7 times. But
Krishna forgives 100 times.
He is throughout the life. So many lifetimes he is forgiving us.
So mistakes माफ करता हूँ.
Shishupal.
100, is it?
100.
For Shishupal.
It was for Shishupal. He said, okay, I will excuse him for this many times. 101, 108, whatever, 100 times.
100 times.
I mean, then this is a divine quality. I mean, forgiving. So somebody asked Jesus Christ, and how many times? He said 7 times, 70 times. 70 times, 7 times. Means this is the extreme. Means you should forget in every situation. That is what he exemplified by his own life. The people who crucified him, and he was praying for them.
Yes.
Similarly, we see Srila Haridas Thakur. He was the king. He ordered to give up the name, the chanting of the holy name, and he was punished in 22 marketplaces. And the soldiers, who were beating Srila Haridas Thakur, they said it never happened. Hardly 2-3 markets, the people used to die. But 22 marketplaces, we are beating you, but nothing happened to Srila Haridas Thakur. And they started praying to Srila Haridas Thakur, please, if you do not die, then the king will kill us with our family. And seeing their situation, their condition, oh, because of me you are going to get punishment, let me die. This is a great heart, great devotees. They are always forgiving. So, of course, like in our practical life, especially, we may not have that much patience, but this quality of forgiveness should always be there. Even if we are letting the person go, or we are going away from that relation, still the quality of forgiveness must be there. Because if we go away from the person physically, maintaining a distance, being away from the person, but still if we are not forgiving that person, means we are holding grudges, and that is going to disturb us, right? So the quality of forgiveness must be there. Either you be with the person or you be away with the person, but we must forgive, right? And to develop, of course, how we can forgive person, because that's what we are reading Bhagavad Gita. All these are qualities. Externally, it is not possible to practice. These are not external qualities. These are all internal qualities, and this automatically develops when we develop our relationship with Krishna, when we understand our true self, when we understand the nature of this material world, whatever suffering, whatever is happening in my life, somebody is abusing, somebody is chastising or creating some problem in my life, he is just an instrument. This is all the result of my own karmic reaction or reactions of my own action. So this kind of understanding will help us to forgive the person. Actually, we are not forgiving that person. That person is just an instrument. He is just giving reactions of my own action. We should be thankful for him. No? That for our karmic reaction, somebody is becoming an instrument and nullify. Because as long as we have all these karmic reactions, we are bound to go through the cycle of birth and death in this material world. So when all these reactions are nullified, then I'm free. So somebody who is coming to free you, you're bounded with ropes, and somebody is coming to free you. So we should be thankful for him. Yes, we should be thankful. Oh, he is the instrument. He is coming to free me up from this material suffering. So this kind of understanding will help us to forgive anyone and everyone in life. And we can have a better relationship. So to have a better relationship, the foundation of a better relationship is to having true understanding about the self, about the Supreme Self, Supreme God, and establishing our relationship with Krishna. So that is what we are doing. So from verse number 19 or 20 onwards, we see different opulences Krishna is speaking about. So today, just will not go in much detail. You all have Bhagavad Gita. So one verse, I will recite the Sanskrit shlokas, and one after another you can read the translation. A little bit we will discuss about that. So the whole chapter is now about different opulences. So let's go through that. So this is what the question, Arjuna in verse number 17 is asking. O Krishna, Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you? And how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered, O Supreme Personality of Godhead? Thank you. So this is the whole sole purpose of spiritual practices. Ante Narayana Smriti, always remembering Smartavyo Satatam Vishnu, Vismartavyo Rajatuche. This is the goal of our life, our spiritual practices. Always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. This is the principle, the true principle, the foundation of all rituals, the foundation of all spiritual practices. So we have to always remember this principle. The whole sole objective is to always remember Krishna, and that is what Arjuna is asking. How can I remember you? What are the different various forms? Like we discussed that, because Krishna is transcendental, is spiritual, and to understand Krishna, we need to have a spiritual vision. But we do not have as of now that, right? So then how we can experience Krishna, how we can see Krishna? So that's why he is requesting, O Janardana, again, please describe in detail the mystic power of your opulences. I am never satiated in hearing about you. For the more I hear, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words. So this shloka also we discussed last time. That why Arjuna wants to hear more about. First of all, because he wants to give benefit to other common people to know about Krishna. Second, because devotees, the purpose, like one we see when that Arjuna said that no one can understand Krishna completely, fully. Even demigods, even sages, they cannot understand Krishna completely. But still we are trying to understand Krishna. The purpose is not to understand Krishna completely, because Krishna's opulences are limitless. With this limited mind and intelligence, we cannot understand Krishna. But still we hear about Krishna, because hearing about Krishna is very nectarian. That is what Arjuna is saying. Because as much I hear about you, that much, he is saying, I want to taste the nectar of your words. So he wants to hear more about Krishna. So when we develop love for Krishna, then automatically, and devotees, pure devotees of Lord, because they love Krishna, and that's why they feel satisfied hearing and describing about Krishna. So now, Krishna is going to speak about his different opulences. What he's saying. So one after another, maybe you all can read. So Krishna is saying first, Antate kathayishyami divyahi atmavibhutaya pradhanyata kurusishta nastyanto vistarasya me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent, O Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless. So whatever we are going to discuss now, it is just a fragmental part of Krishna's limitless opulences. It's just a reflection, we can say, just a fragment, because his opulences are limitless. We cannot perceive, we cannot conceive that, we cannot understand that opulence. So Krishna is giving just a reflection of those opulences. So verse number 20 onwards, you all have Bhagavad Gita? So I'll read the Sanskrit verse and you can read the translation. Aham atma gunankesha sarva bhutashaya sthita aham adishcha madhyam cha bhutanam anta eva cha. Who's going to read? One by one, yes.
I am the super soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings.
Yes. So Krishna is the super soul. We are not going in much detail. We know that. So Krishna, he is the cause, or he is the source of all incarnations. The whole creation is manifested by Krishna himself. So Krishna is not directly involved in creation or maintenance or destruction of the whole universal or cosmic creation, but indirectly his expansions, his different energies working. So like we know Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Shirodakshay Vishnu, these are the plenary expansions of Krishna, and they are the cause of creation and maintenance of this whole cosmic manifestation. And Shirodakshay Vishnu, who is expanding himself as super soul. So he is the super soul within every individual living entity and within atom. So Krishna is super soul. And without soul, without super soul, this cosmic manifestation will not be functional, will not work. Like our body without soul, there is no function. This body is dead. If there is no soul, the body is dead. So because of the presence of the soul and the presence of the super soul, this body is functional, right? So Krishna is saying, I am that super soul which is residing in everyone's heart, which is everywhere in this whole cosmic manifestation. Adityanam aham Vishnu Jyotisham Raviram Shumam Marichim Mardutasam Asmi Nakshatranam aham Shashi. Yes, Vishal.
Of the Adityas.
Yeah, anyway, please.
Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. And among the stars, I am the moon.
Yes. So one thing very common you will see in all the verses. First of all, Krishna is giving some example like of the Adityas. So whatever example, whatever he is speaking, and he's saying, I am the best among them. I am the best among everything. So the best, like of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Like when we see luminaries, different moon, stars, sun. So these are all different luminous or luminaries stars, you can say. So among these stars, so Krishna is saying, I am the sun, the best one. Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. So there are Aditya, Maruts, Vasus. These are different categories of demigods. Like demigods, they have different categories, different responsibilities. So Adityas means the son of deities, Aditis. They are known as Adityas. So among Adityas, he is saying, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. Marichi is the best of among all the Maruts. And among the stars, I am the moon. Yeah. So Krishna. So all these different opulences, when we see moon, when we see other demigods, or when we see the sun, we should just remember that this is the opulence of Krishna, or Krishna's presence in different manifestations. So this way we can remember Krishna. Whatever we see, if you go through this chapter, means you will finally see Krishna is everything. Krishna is everywhere, all pervaded in everything, right? Yeah. So whatever we see, we can remember Krishna. That is what the purpose of this chapter. Vedanam sama vedosmi devanam asmi vasava indriyanam manasyasmi bhutanam asmi chetanam. Who's going to read verse number 22?
Of the Vedas and the Samaveda, of the demigods I am Indra, I am the king of the heaven. Of the senses I am the mind, and in living beings I am the living force, consciousness.
Yes. So of the Vedas I am the Samveda. Samveda, wherein all demigods they are glorifying Krishna. So Samveda is the best one. Of the demigods I am Indra. So Indra is who? Who is Indra? Indra is the head of all the demigods. The king of heaven. Of the senses I am the mind. Which sense is the strongest sense?
Controller, no?
Mind. Mind is very strong, very powerful. Krishna is saying, of the senses I am mind. And in living beings, I am the living force, consciousness, soul. The symptom of soul is consciousness. And Krishna is saying, I am that consciousness. If the soul is not there, consciousness is not there, body is dead. Rudranam Sankarashasmi Vittesho Yaksharakshasam Vasunam Pavakashasmi Meru Sikarnamaham. Verse number 23.
Of all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. Of the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am the Lord of Wealth, Kuber. Of the Vasus, I am Fire, Agni. And of the mountains, I am Air.
Yes, clear? So Rudras, there are 11 Rudras. Rudras, there are different forms of Lord Shiva. Means you can say expansion. So Lord Shiva, to do whatever responsibilities he is having, whatever action, he does it through different manifestations. That is known as Rudras. Yaksha and Rakshasas, these are another living beings. Yaksha and Rakshasas. So the head of the Yakshas is Kubera. And that's why Krishna is saying, I am the Lord of Wealth, Kubera. Of the Vasus, I am fire, Agni. And of mountains, I am Meru. So Meru mountain we cannot see here, but the Meru mountain is the highest mountain. That is Meru. So, yes. Rakshasas we know, all like Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, they are Rakshasas. They are all living entities, right? So these are the different living entities in different planets. They are staying on different time. They are there. Purodhasham cha mukhyam mam vidhi partha vrihaspatim senaninam aham skanda sarasam asmi sagara.
Of priest, O Arjuna, know me to be the chief Brihaspati. Of generals, I am Kartikeya, and of bodies of water, I am the ocean.
Yes. So among the priests, chief Brihaspati. Brihaspati, he is the guru. He is guru of demigods. Indra. Of generals, I am Kartikeya. Who is Kartikeya? Son of Parvati and yes, son of Lord Shiva, Kartikeya. So in commanders, like in generals, of generals, I am Kartikeya. And of bodies of water, I am the ocean. Maharshinam Triguraham Griyami Ekaksharam Yagyanam Japi Yagyosmi Stavaranam Himalaya. Yes, who will read?
Of the great sages, I am Trigu. Of vibrations, I am the transcendental Om. Of sacrifices, I am the chanting of the holy names, Japa. And of immovable things, I am the Himalayas.
Yes. So sages like Krigu and transcendental. If you talk about vibration, sound vibration, so Krishna is saying, I am the transcendental Om.
Om is the biggest sound.
Yes, that is the sound. That is the source of all creation. Om. And of sacrifices and the chanting of the holy names. Sometimes people ask, where is the recommendation about chanting the holy name? Huh? And Krishna is saying, of the sacrifices, which one is the biggest sacrifice? Or the Sankirtan Yagya. Chanting the holy name is the topmost yagya, sacrifice. Here we can see the reference. Krishna himself is saying that of the sacrifices and the chanting of the holy names. So whenever means this is the best yagya for Kali Yuga, Sankirtan Yagya. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu propagated. Ashwatha sarva vrikshanam devarshinam cha narada gandharvanam chitratha siddhanam kapilo muni.
Of all trees, I am the banyan tree, and of the sages among the demigods, I am Narada. Of the Gandharvas, I am Chitratha, and among perfected beings, I am the sage Kapila.
Yes, so among trees, you see, banyan tree is most respected. When we see it is worshipped. Among the sages, among the and of the sages among the demigods, I am Narada. So Narada is a demigod also, and he is a sage. He is a pure devotee of the Lord. So Krishna is saying, I am Narada. Of the Gandharvas, who is Gandharva?
Musicians.
Yes. Musicians, celestial musicians, singers. So they are known as Gandharvas. So among the Gandharvas, he is saying, I am Chitraratha. And among perfected beings, I am the sage Kapila. Who is Lord Kapila? He is Krishna himself. No? Like in third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we see Lord Kapila. He is teaching his mother Devahuti. So he is Krishna's incarnation. So yes, he is instructing, he is giving Bhakti Yoga. He's teaching Mother Devahuti about Sankhya Yoga philosophy. Uchcheshava samasvana vidhi mam mrito bhavam airavatam gajendranam naranam cha naradhipam. Let's quickly go. Verse number 27.
Of horses know me to be
Uchcheshava.
Uchcheshava, produced during the churning of the ocean for nectar. Of lordly elephants I am Airavat, and among men I am the monarch.
Yes. So Uchcheshava, this is the horse which was produced during the churning of the ocean of nectar. And Airavat, we know, like among the elephants. I think this is the Indra's. Yes. And among men, I am the monarch. This king. King is representative of God. So that's why Krishna is saying that. Yes. Ayudhanam aham vajram dhenunam asmi kamadhu prajanaschasmi kandarpa sarpanam asmi vasuki.
Of weapons I am the thunderbolt, among cows I am the surabhi, of causes for procreation I am Kandarpa, the god of love, and of serpents I am Vasuki.
Yeah, so let's quickly read because we know thunderbolt means, yes, like Indra is having thunderbolt. So among weapons, I am the thunderbolt. Among cows, I am Surabhi. Surabhi we do not see in this material world. Surabhi is there in Goloka. So of causes of procreation, I am Kandarpa, Kamdev, God, the god of love. And of the serpents, I am Vasuki. So Vasuki, this is again at the time of annihilation. The Vasuki, or we see Vasuki even at the time of churning the ocean, the Nectarian ocean. Vasuki was there. Similarly, at the time of annihilation, Vasuki helps to take all the sails and the seas and everything to the proper place. Arantaschasmi naganam varuno yadasamaham pitrinam arayamachasmi yama sanyamatamaham.
Of the many hooded Nagas, I am Ananta, and among the aquatics, I am the demigod Varuna. Of departed ancestors, I am Aryama, and among the dispensers of law, I am Yama, the lord of death.
Yes. So Ananta, that is the many hooded like Nagas, all the universal planets or the manifestations, universes are there upon the hoods of Ananta. Among aquatics, the demigod Varuna. Varuna is the head of all the aquatics. He is, and departed ancestors, Aryama. Aryama is in an Aryama, departed ancestors. And among dispensers of law, I am Yama, the lord of death. प्रह्लादाश्चस्मि दैत्यानां कालकलयतामहं मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं वैननियतश्च पक्षिणाम्.
Among the Daita demons, I am the devoted Prahlada. Among
Subduers,
subduers, I am time. Among beasts, I am the lion. And among birds, I am Garuda.
yes. So Daitya, that means, yes, all the demons. So he's saying, I am devoted Prahlad. Among subduers, I am time. So Kalo Asmi, Krishna is saying. Like in other slokas we will see that. So Krishna is time. Among beasts I am the lion, and among birds I am Garuda. Garuda is the topmost bird. He is the carrier of Vishnu, Narayana. Pavana Pavatashyasmi Rama Shastrapitamaham Dhyashanam Makarashyasmi Shota Samasmi Janavi.
Of purifiers, I am the wind. Of the builders of weapons, I am one. Of fishes, I am the shark. And of the flowing rivers, I am the Ganges.
Yes. So of the fishes I am shark. Means everything you will see, the best of everything. Krishna is best of everything. Sarganam adirantascha madhyam chaivaham arjuna adhyatma vidya vidyanam vada pravadatamaham.
Of all the creations, I am the beginning and the end and also the middle. O Arjuna, of all sciences, I am the spiritual science of the self, and among logicians, I am the conclusive truth.
Yes, even the big logicians, they are doing so many, argument or the discussions they are doing, and the conclusion, Krishna is saying everything I am. Krishna is saying, I am the intelligence, because whatever people are doing, ultimately where from they are getting the intelligence or memory, everything is coming from Krishna. Aksharanam aksharosmi dvanda samasikasya cha aham evakshaya kalo tata aham vishwato mukha.
Of letters, I am the letter A, and among compound words, I am the dual compound. I am also in exhaustible time, and of creators, I am Brahma.
Yes. So letter is even among letters saying I am letter A. Like this is the English language. Otherwise, in our Hindi language, that is first letter of any language. It's not just A, but first letter of any language. Krishna is the topmost of everything. First, among compound words, I am the dual compound. I am also inexhaustible time, and of creators, I am Brahma. So, because Krishna is the source of all creation, Brahma is the secondary creator. But if we see in this material universe, so Brahma is the creator. So among creators, he is saying, I am Brahma. He is the topmost. Mrityu sarvaharashchaham samudbhavascha bhavishyatam kirti srivak narinam smriti medha triti kshama. This is very important shloka. This is one place. Who is going to read?
I am all devouring death, and I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be.
Yes.
Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience.
See so many qualities. No? Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech. Means we can understand these are the qualities women have. They have these qualities: fine speech, memory, intelligence, and steadfastness and patience. These are the divine qualities. Women they have. And Krishna is saying, I am these qualities among them. I am all devouring death. So even Krishna comes in the form of death. And I am the generating principle of all that is yet to be. It's not just what is present. Even whatever is going to happen in future, he is the generating principle. He is the generating seed behind everything. Brihatsam tatham sakmam Gayatri chandasamaham Masanam Margashirsoham Ritunam Kosumakara.
Of the hymns in the psalm Ved, I am the Brihat psalm, and of poetry I am the Gayatri. Of months I am Margashir, November, December, and of seasons I am flower bearing spring.
Yeah. So this is Sam Veda, like again it is there, and Gayatri mantra. This like, and of the poetry I am Gayatri. Gayatri is this is mantra, especially we know that this is for developing our relationship with Krishna, and there's this mantra especially invokes our relation with Krishna. Of months, I am Margashirsha. So if you see all the 12 months, November and December is the topmost or the most means that is good months like. And of seasons, I am flower bearing spring season. Not only good things. Now Krishna what is saying? Dyutam chalayamasmi tejas tejasvinamaham jayosmi vyavasayosmi sattvam sattvatamaham.
I am also the gambling of cheats, and of the splendid I am the splendor, I am victory, I am adventure, and I am the strength of the strong.
So not only positive, even if somebody is cheater, or if you talk about cheating, Krishna is the greatest cheater. So he is greatest of everything. So we cannot cheat Krishna. If we try to cheat Krishna, then Krishna is the greatest cheater, right? He will cheat us. Drishninam vasudevosmi panamanam dhananjaya muninam api aham vyasa kavinam ushana kavi.
Of the descendants of Vrishni, I am Vasudeva, and of the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Of the sages, I am Vyasa, and among great thinkers, I am Ushana.
So Ushna is about Shukracharya. This is another name of Shukracharya. So of the descendants of Vishnu, like I am Vasudeva. And of the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Because if you see the Pandavas, Arjuna, he is the most lovable for Krishna. Krishna likes him. Of the sages, I am Vyas, and among great thinkers, I am Krishna. Dando Dayamatamasmi Nitirasmi Jigishatam Maunam Chaivasmi Guryanam Jnanam Jnanavatamaham.
Among all means of suppressing lawlessness, I am punishment, and of those who seek victory, I am morality. Of secret things, I am silence, and of the wise, I am the wisdom.
Yes. So all these different qualities. The wisdom we have, that is Krishna. Krishna's. Yachapi sarva bhutanam vijam tadham arjuna na tadasti vina yacham maya bhutam characharam.
Furthermore, O Arjuna, I am the generating seed of all existences. There is no being, moving or non-moving, that can exist without me.
Yes. So generating seed of all existence. This is the foundation. As Krishna is the source, generating seed. Without him, there is no being moving or non-moving, living or dead. Anything and everything. Aham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartate. Everything is emanating from me. So he is the seed or generating seed of all existences. So nothing can exist without Krishna. Nam tu asmimam divyanam vibhutinam parantapa eshu deshata prokto vibhuter vistaro maya.
O mighty conqueror of enemies, there is no end to my divine manifestations. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite opulence.
Yes. So this is whatever we are hearing, the best of everything. This is just, Krishna is saying, indication of my infinite opulences. This is not complete. Even this much, understanding or conceiving this much is very difficult for us. Our mind is so, our intelligence is so limited. Even this much we cannot accept. It's not easy to understand it. But Krishna is saying, what is the use of knowing all these things? This is just a fragment. This a small speck, you can say, a small dust particle. Yad vibhutim sattvam shrividur jitameva va tat evagachantam mam tejo sasambhavam. Know that all opulent, beautiful and glorious creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. So whatever opulence we are discussing about, whatever beauty we see in this world, whatever glorious creation, because everything cannot be covered. Whatever as of now we have discussed here, this is not complete. So what he is saying that whatever opulent you see, whatever opulence is there, beauty is there, or glorious creation, that is just a spark of my splendor. Just that is a spark. It's not the complete, just a spark of Krishna's splendor. Atva bhaunetena kingyatena tavarjuna vishtabhyam aham idam krishnam ekam shena sthito jagat. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. So now this is what understanding Krishna, knowing the greatness of Krishna. Prabhupada used to say that, people say that God is great, but how much great He is, when we go through this, then we understand how God is, how much great God is. And like we were discussing, when we really understand how much God is great, then the result of knowing God is surrender, is dedication to this. Like he's saying, the one who knows really in truth, one who knows Krishna, he surrenders to Krishna. He develops attraction or love for Krishna. And like the topic we started, why to develop this love for Krishna? So that, because this relationship with Krishna alone will satisfy us. And in relationship to Krishna, we will develop good relation, loving relation with everything else. Every living entity and everything in our life, we will have true relationship in true sense. And that relationship will give us real satisfaction and happiness. So that's why our scripture focus upon, because first point is very much clear that relationship is the foundation of a happy life. And to have that relationship, we must know everything in truth. Everything in truth, or knowing the absolute truth, or seeing everything in relationship with absolute truth. That's why we can see everything in truth. Otherwise, if we separate Krishna, if we keep Krishna away from anything or everything, then we are not seeing truth. What is the difference between truth and illusion? What is truth? What is illusion?
Truth is the reality.
Spiritual and illusion.
Because the reality and illusion is
When we see,
imagination.
like in this material world, whatever we are seeing, if we see in relationship with Krishna, then that is seeing in truth, or that we are seeing, that is true seers, or that is real seeing. If we keep Krishna away from that, then that becomes illusion. This is philosophical, but we have to understand. Anything we have to see in relationship with Krishna. Like my family members are there. When I see them in relationship with Krishna, how to see them in relationship with Krishna? That they are part and parcel of Krishna. And I love Krishna. I am servant of Krishna. So I have to serve Krishna. How I can please Krishna? Right? Because if I do not serve my family members, then Krishna will not be happy. So I need to take care of them. I need to serve them in such a way so that they can advance. Spiritually, they should advance. That is love. That is real love. That is real care. If we do not keep Krishna in center and we start thinking this is the object of my exploitation or my enjoyment. No, family members, they are the object of my enjoyment. So whatever they should do it for my enjoyment. This is called illusion. Because that enjoyment, that mentality will not make us happy ever, first of all, and that is illusory, and that will, that is called attachment, that is called lust, and that will bring us in this real world again and again. This is a bit philosophical, but try to understand. If we do not keep Krishna in center, then that relation will not help us to advance, to elevate, which is the purpose of our life. If we keep Krishna in center, the same relation will become loving relation, because that will be based on love, that will be based on care. Otherwise, just demands. When Krishna is there, the relationship is based on duty. Getting this point? The only difference, when Krishna is not there, then we try to exploit the person. Like in the real world, people say that I love, but really there is no love. You see, if expectations are not met, the relationship breaks. Because that relationship is based on selfish desires, selfish attitude. There is no love. Why I take care of the person? Because the person is fulfilling my desire. So that actually I'm not loving the other person. I love myself. I love my personal I want to satisfy my senses. That is not real love. That is lust. When I want to fulfill my senses, only I am taking care of the person. Why? Because the person is helping me to satisfy my senses. And then this is very deep, because externally, so many people expressing their love. I love you. I can do anything for you. Love at first sight. But when the demands are not fulfilled, break. I was hearing His Holiness Radha Swami was speaking about even these divorce cases. He said, if you go to the court and you see the discussions happening over there, or especially the divorce cases, even more worse than any criminal cases. So much abusing words, so much criticism, means people who they were saying, the love at first sight, they are so much inimical now, they are ready to kill each other. They are not ready to see each other. So this is why, because that was not love. That was lust, based on lust. And lust means just to fulfill own selfish desires, selfish motives. And that kind of love, we will not say love. Actually, of course, we say love in material world, but that is not love, that is lust. Srila Prabhupada gives example that if we want to see love in material world, the only example is of mother to her child. Otherwise, there is no existence of love in this material world. The child, mother, whatever is the condition, mother loves her child. She is ready to take all pain just for the pleasure. Even sometimes I have seen, even mother knows that her child is going to be, or he is not behaving good, or he is a criminal or whatever. But her love is always there for her child. That is a crude example of love we can see in this material world. Otherwise, material world means it is full with lust, lusty desires. But if we really want to experience love, then first we have to develop our real love. We have to find out our real love, and we have to establish our relationship with that, and that is Krishna. Krishna is our true love. So when we have that love with Krishna, then automatically we start. No, if you love somebody, like one quotation, if you love me, you love my dog. If you love me, you love my dog. So now we are knowing that everything belongs to Krishna. Everything is manifestation of Krishna. If I love Krishna, how can I hate other things? How can I hate other living entities? There's no question of hate. And that's why we have natural love for everything, for everyone. When we love Krishna, we have natural love for everything, for everyone. That is the science, the spiritual science. We need not to put any deliberate effort for that. You cannot kill even an ant. Just now in the morning when I was coming, my landlord, there was a small snake. And I'm telling you, this what happens like this. It was not very dangerous, just slowly moving. And I was in a hurry, I just came to this place. But when I was coming here, and Radhika was also there, and I could see 2-3 people just were there. And one of them just made a stick. And though I was not there, but I got to know they will definitely kill this snake. And even my heart, I was feeling so sad about it. I started chanting. Though it is a snake, I know now it will be killed.
Even I do the same thing. Just
And,
chant the name of Allah.
Radhika, she was also, oh my God, why is this, that? So, I mean, I'm telling you, heart becomes so humble that we are, devotees, they are always concerned about everyone, every individual, all the living entities. And this is very natural for any devotee. Any devotee. Love and affection is very natural. Because this is the purity of the heart. It's not I'm saying I'm pure, but I'm telling you, the moment we come in contact with Krishna, we develop our love for Krishna, whatever, little bit. Like we were hearing, anybody coming in contact with Krishna, he is purified. And this is the sign of purified heart. You cannot harm others, you cannot kill others, or you cannot think bad about others. Naturally you will love. And all the qualities we were discussing about develop a good relationship, that will be there. You will forgive. Yes. So Krishna again and again in this, he appears, like especially different festivals we celebrate in temple. What is the purpose of celebrating all these different festivals? Why we try to absorb ourselves in different activities of Krishna consciousness? The only purpose is to always remain in connection. And all these different services or all these different festivals giving us different opportunity, again and again opportunity to serve. Because this is what we have to develop our service attitude. So through these different festivals and activities, when we express our love to Krishna through our different services, that purifies our heart. That brings us closer to Krishna. That helps us to always remember Krishna. And also develop attraction for Krishna and Krishna's devotees, so that we can always be in association and with always chanting, hearing, reading about Krishna. We should be absorbed in that. We have only two options. Either we are absorbed in all materialistic news, materialistic activities or materialistic incidents, events, which is creating so many problems, right? Or the second option is better be absorbed in Krishna consciousness. That is transcendental platform. Always be happy in association with devotees. Whatever things happening in life, yes, whatever is favorable, accept it. Whatever is not favorable, avoid it, reject it. That is what knowing about Krishna.
Even this class probably that we have every week, this is favorable for us. It brings us so much peace and harmony. Otherwise, the same time is utilized in what? Either in TV watching or going for a movie or, which don't contribute to our well-being as such.
This is real entertainment. Our entertainment is full with enlightenment. Devotees, they are always in entertainment mode. The only thing is, our entertainment is full with enlightenment also. And the real joy means when you are enjoying with Krishna. So when you hear about Krishna's beautiful pastimes, Krishna's words, this is real enjoyment. How many of you feel that? Really satisfied?
Is a spiritual entertainment?
It is quite
Huh?
It is quite
It's very enlightening. And automatically you will lose all those material tastes. This is very natural because you are getting higher taste. It will happen naturally, nothing to give up forcefully. Automatically you will develop that taste. Just attentive hearing and being in association with devotees. So let's develop this desire for Krishna and all these opportunities we are getting through different festivals. Special, the real celebration is when we are praying to Krishna. Real Janmashtami means when Krishna is appearing within our heart. How Krishna will appear within our heart? We have to make a place. We have to purify this place. We have to chant the holy name. We have to read about, or know about, or hear about Krishna. That will help us to purify our heart. And yes, then definitely Krishna will appear within our heart. And with that mood, with that love and affection, whatever service we do, that is going to purify, that is going to please Krishna. And this is our constitutional position, serve Krishna with pure heart. So let's pray. We all are in journey and we all need each other's help, right? And so whatever effort we are doing, along with that, we should pray for each other so that whatever little bit means, whatever understanding or we are getting from Bhagavad Gita, we can really implement in our life and for a happier life, better life. Yes, any question, any reflection if you want? So what are the learning today, especially about relationship? Any point you learn? What we have to do?
Love, not lust.
Huh?
Love, not lust.
Love, not lust. Yes, this is the crux of education. We have to develop love. We have to love. And what is required to love? First point.
Trust. Second point is trust. Acceptance.
Acceptance. Every individual is different. Accept. So we do not have to impose our thought process. We have to understand the person. Need, interest, concern, situation, and help the person to advance. Every individual is different. So this is what first understanding we should have. And because if we want everything to go by the way we want, that is wrong expectation and that will never happen. And that will keep us always frustrated. Always there will be a distance. So better do not have this wrong expectation. Accept the person as gift of God. And this is what variety. We should accept means in family when we are together we should think that. Just imagine if everybody is behaving just everybody is same, how will the life be like? Huh? No variety. Everybody's thought process is same, everybody's behavior, everybody is just same. No variety in life. No. Krishna has made this arrangement. Different rasas. Like in the spiritual world, there are 12 kinds of rasas. So all these different mellows, rasas, to have different experience. So all these people coming in our life, their different behavior, different attitude coming together to experience different rasas. Different, we should learn from every individual. Otherwise, we will be frustrated. So better whatever, maybe wife is like this, husband is like that. Maybe he's not changing. Don't worry. Don't try to change. Just instead of changing others, instead of solving the problem, I will not say problem, means changing the person, we have to find out ways how to deal with that situation in advance. Is it clear? Imperfections, like we see, everybody wants a perfect person. But we know that nobody is perfect in this world. There are imperfections. So if we try to make other person perfect, that will lead towards frustration because that person will never be perfect. Perfect means the way I want. That is never going to happen. So better, it's not the question of perfection, but we should learn how to deal with imperfections for improvement, for the better way of life. So learning from all those, so this is what acceptance, good point. What else? Acceptance, trust. We have to develop trust. How we can develop trust? How to develop trust in relation?
Hearing about them.
Hearing?
Hearing about them, listening.
Yes. Giving time, sacrifice, investment, doing something for them. Not expecting that the person should do for me or what. I should be ready. I should be looking for opportunities. How can I help the person? How can I serve the person? that will develop trust. Yes? And yes, this is a beautiful topic, we can go in detail, but trust is very much required. Even after developing so much of trust, so much of sacrifice, the person is misbehaving you. A person is not doing according to you. What should we do?
Let go.
Let it go. Okay. Because this, I was hearing, the trust, this is like investment. When we do investment in bank or deposit and withdrawal, in banking terms, how much you can withdraw? Huh? Because to withdraw, you need to deposit first. If you don't have anything in account, you cannot withdraw. So in relationship, we need to deposit first to withdraw. What is the meaning of withdraw in relationship? Sometimes, because situation is not going to be favorable every time. Sometimes we are angry, sometimes we may misbehave. But if you have good investment in your relationship, at time, based on circumstances, something wrong or some misbehavior is there, that misbehavior will not disturb your relationship if you have good investment in your life, in your relationship. Because the person understands you, that this is just circumstantial, this is just based on situation, some negative situation. Otherwise, I know the person is not like this. So this kind of trust, this kind of faith is only possible when we have invested in our relationship. Yes? So many examples even in the scripture we see, especially in Ramayana, when Mother Sita, she was chastising Lakshman. Oh, why you are here? Can't you hear Lord Ram asking for you? You know this incident when Lord Ram, he was chasing a golden deer. And now that golden deer, he was Marichi and Marich. So just disguised as a deer, golden deer. And this was the conspiracy to kill to bring Lord Ram, to get the Lord Ram away from Sita so that Ravana can kidnap. And when Mother Sita heard that Lord Ram, he is in danger, he is crying, he is calling out for Lakshman, Sita. Then Sita, she asked Lakshman to go there and help Lord Ram. And Lakshman, he was very much assured that nothing can happen to Lord Ram, he is Lord. There's something wrong. But Mother Sita, she is chastising Lakshman. No, you should go. I know you have some wrong intention. You know your brother is in danger and still you're not going. So she is what she means. Somebody throughout 14 years, Lord Lakshman, he was serving Mother Sita and Lakshman, Lord Ram. And now she is expressing, she is not trusting upon Lakshman. So that kind of chastisement was there, that kind of, she is not having faith. And similarly, when Lakshman reached over there, Lakshman said, okay, let me go. And he did some security, he went to Lord Ram, and Lord Ram, he started chastising. So one is doubting upon the character of Lakshman, and there Lord Ram, he is doubting upon the competence. Oh, why you are here? I told you, you should be there, and you came to this place,
Stay with Sita.
Stay with Sita. So, competence and both the things. This is a beautiful pastime, and maybe I could not explain that way, but this is what, still, in that kind of mistrust or that kind of, you can say, situation, somebody is chastising, criticizing, having doubt upon the character and competency. Lakshmana, because still he is having that relation because of the previous investment in relationship, because they have done so much. So similarly, in our relationship, the time is not going to be like same every time. Sometimes conflicts will be there, fight will be there, or opinion mismatch will be there. But we should understand the intention behind. And that is only possible when we have invested in that relation, or we have done something for that. So these are the few things we can practice. And of course, gratitude, forgiveness, these are the divine qualities. So we should always remember those good times. Whenever some conflict is there, we should remember how much sacrifice that person has done for us. Every individual in our life, they have done something for us. So we should always remember those things and always try to serve others. Instead of having wrong expectations, we should try to serve others. And why this particular topic is very much important, why relationship is very much that is important. Because if we are not having good relation with others, that will keep on disturbing. That will keep on disturbing. And will not help us to even focus on Krishna consciousness. Right? Because we will not feel satisfied. And that's why all these small things we need to take care. Because ultimately, why we are discussing, why all these things require, so that we can progress towards our ultimate goal of life. It's a small thing, even that is also we need to take care, especially in family. Our financial health, mental, physical, our intellectual, all these care is required. So we do not be careless about all these things. Health, we should keep good health, mental, physical health. We should have good relation with others, family members. So all these things will help us to practice. Or vice versa. Both are the things. Like Vyasdev, he said, the spiritual well-being is followed by material well-being. So why we are studying Bhagavad Gita or spiritual practices, we are doing, ultimate purpose is Krishna. And when we are going for this higher purpose, automatically the rest of the things will be taken care. Our relation with others will be better. Thank you so much for your time. I have taken even extra time today. But this is something I feel very important subject matter we must practice. And whatever we are learning, just one thing you can decide yourself. What one thing you're going to implement in your life. And first quality I will say, to remove all toxic or all negativity from heart. One good quality, forgive. Introspection. Sit down, think of the person or anybody, anything, and just develop the quality of forgiveness. Just forgive the person. Be grateful for everyone in life. Even somebody bad, somebody maybe bad, did something wrong with us, but be grateful. Maybe that wrong thing helped me to come closer to Krishna. So be thankful for that person. And this way we can heal ourselves, heal our emotions, feelings, and that will help us to advance, to practice all these things. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So Janmashtami is very close now, another few days. So let's more chant, hear about Krishna, and pray Krishna that by this Janmashtami, really Krishna should appear within our heart. Let's purify our heart with all negativity. Before Krishna is appearing, all negativity should go away. So we should make a better place, our heart, a place where Krishna can appear. So let's chant more, read more, and purify our heart. Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.